Okay. Emily, sir, how are you? Hope you had a good weekend. And Mark Olson is in the house. Mark, how are you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Shannon, how are you? Jocka Gillis. Hi-yo, guys and gals. Hey, Mark and Shannon. Well, like I said, I hope everybody had a good weekend. That's right, Mark. Early tonight, Chaka. So, did anybody do anything exciting this weekend? Nothing. Nothing too thrilling on my end. Got John Deere tractor that I finished. Got that delivered today, so that way it's off the yard. Get that took care of. No kidding. My neighbor picked up a super cool car that we will both get some working on. A 1953 Hudson Hornet. That's nice, Mark. So you going to help your neighbor fix that car or what? Yep. Sounds like you're ready for it, huh? Does it have twin H power? Is it in good shape, Mark, or what? What all needs to be done to it? He traded for his 1958 Imperial plus some dough. So does it need a lot of work, Mark, or what? Beautiful shape. Huge straight six in it. There you go. That's half the battle. That's in good shape. It doesn't have twin carbs. Minor suspension, maybe a water pump, miscellaneous stuff. Single. You got to text me some pictures of that, Mark. That would be awesome. I like to see that. More chrome than a Colombian drug lord's grill. Those Hornets are big cars. Fuck yeah, they are. But everything was big in that time. Awesome. Like I said, I like to see that. That's pretty cool. So what else has everybody been working on? Doing old stuff like that is so much fun. There you go. It says weather control on the heater controls. I do believe you can. But what up, Dave? I did send you a link. If you want to jump on, you're more than welcome to. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Awesome. We'll see you in a few. Working on this butte right here. Got a bunch of brake work to do on it. Got the front almost done. Getting ready to start on the rear. So, pretty big job. Shocks all the way around. New rotors and wheel bearings, calipers, brake pads, hoses. And then the rear, basically the same thing. Um, new rear diff cover, transmission oil pan, which means a full oil change and filter, new valve cover gaskets, and need to set the valve flash. And then it's got some problems with the door and the window regulator on the driver's side. So pretty big job. Nope, diff cover is not rusted out. It's one of those. Hey, Rob Rods, how are you? One of those fancy ones. He said he picked it up really cheap and he's been sitting on it for several years. And he's like, well, it's going into the shop now, so might as well get that put on. So it's going to stop collecting dust in his garage. I said, sure, we can do that. Pat, how are you? Glad you could make it. Hope all is well. So that's a nice change. So truck is actually in pretty good shape. Very little rust. Dad's diff cover rusted out. Bought a chrome one at the swap meet. There. I don't think I've ever seen a rusted out diff cover, M. But I've done a bunch of oil pans here on those 473s though. Yeah, yep, Pat. Got some new internet extenders, and that did the trick here. So happens a lot here in New England. Okay. Yeah, about the same here, Mark. I'm banged up once, but not rusted. I've seen some banged up diff covers because the rear end was, exploded. Hey, Walter, how are you? Last diff cover our place was rusted out. I had to get the gear wrench bolt biters out on the bolts. Yeah. I tell you what, for that kind of stuff, those gear wrench bolt biters do really good. In Ohio, we have lots of rusted out diff covers. Well, I'm in Indiana, Rob, and like I said, I don't really see that many rusted out diff covers here. So the dormant covers come with new bolts. Yeah, or just make a run to the hardware store. This fancy one comes with new bolts too. Speaking of internet extenders, anyone have any luck with those garage door remote extenders? I don't know. I don't know, Pat. What up, Dave?
Same old shit, just a different day. It's a crappy day today.
It's chilly out.
50 degrees and rainy all day today.
Yeah, huh?
So I didn't do much of anything today.
Well, I'll hold the tractor back to my customer in this weather. Loaded it, chained it down, did the car shuffle first, so that way I had to move enough room to move my big gooseneck around on my yard. Got it dropped off, and unchained it, got it dropped off, got a couple bales of hay, come back here and do the car shuffle again, so I can turn my trailer back around the other way. So Dave's a day older. That's right. He made it another day.
It sucks too because now I got to work.
Do what?
I wouldn't have to work if I didn't make it another day. Oh.
46 right now in Wisconsin. It's been wet all day here too. Yeah.
I wonder what it is at my house up north. Look.
Rob, we're in the tri-state area here. I'm from Indiana. Dave is from Michigan. You're from Ohio, so we basically all get the same kind of weather. Shannon says it's cold. Was doing brakes on a Buick.
Yeah, even if I was 200 miles north, it's only 46 there.
Oh shit! You're from Dayton, Bob? I never realized that you were. That's not that far from here.
4 hours for me. If I'm cooking, 90 miles an hour, 4 hours. It should be more like 4.5, 5. But.
Yeah, it's a good stretch for you. For me, it would be, let's say about 3 hours.
Let's see.
Doing that garage. How are you? Oh, there you go. She's been there more than me. About 2.5 hours to Dayton.
Yeah, about 4 hours. It's 215 miles from me.
So what have you been working on, Dave?
As little as I possibly can. But that wasn't working out either. So this is all the stuff nobody else wants to do. I had to put another engine in a freaking Ford, another 2-liter engine in a Ford. There was an extended warranty claim.
Nobody wanted to do that?
No.
Why not?
They don't want to do engines.
Why not?
They don't pay good enough.
Really?
That's what they say. They'd rather knock out 3 freaking brake jobs in an hour, knock out 4 or 5 more alignments within that next hour, hour and a half before he hit lunchtime. Dude, they already got 10 hours on the fucking time card by just doing all the crazy gravy, throwing a tie rod on, front brakes, rotors, pads, flex hoses, align the thing, boom, boom, boom. They get 3.5, 4 hours out of the ticket. Well, I'm down there for the whole freaking day doing an engine that pays 17.5. I just don't think they're scared.
Right.
They have the ability to put it all back together.
Rob wants to know if it was Ford Escape.
Yeah. 2000, what the fuck was it? 2017 Ford Escape. The last one I was on a 2018 Ford Edge. I've done the Lincoln, whatever it is that has it, that kind of crossover SUV. I don't know what the damn things are called. Lincoln something. Lincoln MKU or whatever.
Yeah.
I've done 1.5s, I've done 1.6s, I've done heads on the 1.5s, done blocks for the 1.6s. I just can't believe Ford is getting away with this bullshit. 3 engines in a row they were a complete failure on, and they never had to do a recall. The engines, most of them just barely make it out of warranty. And then
Well,
they start
that's how they like it.
Then it has a coolant consumption issue. Question, Rob, did you go out the bottom or did you take it down the bottom or go out the top?
How do you do it, Dave?
On the Ford Edge, I took the engine right out the top. The Ford Edge I was able to do faster than the Escape. The Escape, I just didn't have confidence. I watched some videos of guys getting it out from the top. I said, fuck it, got my cradle table over there, unhooked everything necessary, dropped engine and tranny all as one, separated the two, put the two back together, swapped over any hard parts I had to swap over for the long block assembly, threw it right back up in the car, then had to connect everything back up. I think it took me a little longer on that one, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's how I do it anyway, from the top.
Some of them you can't get
The
out
only
the top.
thing. Well, I've never done anything with the 2 liters though. I do the bigger ones but I do those from the top. The only thing you have to fight with is the torque converter. They don't always want to give up. They like to get stuck.
Yeah, I basically got Ford City at my shop right now.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
I got 2 3.5 liter vehicles, both with bad water pumps. Both have like 150. One's got like 150 some thousand on it. The other one's at like 178,000. Both very well maintained vehicles. Both look great. And we told them, well, we're at it. It's timing chain driven. You might as well do the timing chain and all that shit, blah, blah, because that will eventually fail. And they both agreed to it. So I got 2 of those jobs sitting there waiting for me. And then I got another Ford there.
CWC Tech, how are you?
It's a Ford ProMaster that it's there for a diagnostic because the HVAC unit don't work at all. It like lights just blink and flash on it. So I got to figure out what's going on with that. There's some other complaint with it. I got to figure out what's going on with that. When they were telling me what the complaint was, I just told them right up as a diagnostic, I think we got a network problem. It sounds like modules aren't talking to each other. I can't remember what the other symptom was. It is weird how that happens, though, Theo. We'll have a parking lot full of Fords one day and give it another 2 weeks. It's a parking lot full of Dodges. Go another 3 weeks and we got a few.
Yeah, I'll have nothing else in transmission work.
Well, you go freeze again on
So I'll have. Yeah, I said nothing else in transmission work, and then I got nothing else in John Deere tractors or combine shit going on, and then I've got 273 engines, and in a row. It's always the wave comes, and then it's all the same stuff. Yeah, but with those Ford torque converters, you got to be careful with that. Like I said, they really like to get stuck in that. And you got to come from you got to work it on the top and on the bottom a little bit. There's no room anywhere else. And sometimes you really got to fight that fucker. Do you have the same problem with those 2 liters, Dave?
Yeah, take it up from the top. Yeah, like the Ford Edge, I did very well on it by going through the top because I didn't have that was an all-wheel drive model.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to come out the bottom, I would like it says in instructions per manual. It says drop it out the bottom. I'd have pulled the freaking like the transfer case off, power transfer unit off.
Yep.
I had to pull that all off because it all bolts to the freaking engine. And then by the time you do that, get everything out the bottom. I won big time by sneaking out the top. It's not like there's a ton of room either, but there's more room than you'd think, at least in the Ford Edge. I took the alternator off. I took the alternator off. I took the intake manifold off and the T-set housing off to give me more room in the front. And that thing came right out the top.
Yeah, that's how I prefer to do it. I don't really want to undo those cradle bolts.
There's times I'll do shit from the top that they recommend you dropping the whole cradle for just because I'm not going to undo the cradle bolts because how rusted it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Dave. That's why I don't like to touch the
There's
cradle
two
bolts.
different ways I go about stuff. Like tomorrow, one or both of those timing chains will get water pump timing chain jobs. They either get done from the top, one or both, or they may both get done from the bottom, dropping the whole damn unit out, or they may one of each. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I haven't got them up in the hoist yet. I haven't seen what the cradle bolts are like. If it's all that clean and I can drop that cradle that fast, I'll drop the cradle. Because then I can really haul ass on the rest of the job.
Yeah, I'm not going by clean, but because I even had ones that were fair. The car looks fairly clean, the cradle bolt looks fairly clean, and they are halfway out, and then all of a sudden it just jams up, and it's like, fuck, here we go, because there's so much rust on there. See, I prefer the bigger jobs like that anyway, so that way I don't have to deal with 20 fucking customers in one day.
Well, I don't want to sit there and do fucking brake work all day long. I don't mind a brake job here and there.
Right.
But just to slap pads, hang pads and rotors on a car fucking all day long? No way.
That is so that there's no challenge in that.
I can't believe how many videos I've seen lately of a do-it-yourselfer showing you how to not give your $500 to a repair facility for a front brake job. And this is how you can do it at home. And then one of the damn guys that did the same video, they're all trying to copy each other. I don't know what's going on about that. And then the one said, he was talking to somebody, and they're like, well, how much you charge the customer for this? He said, $500, bro. He goes, what the heck are you making a video showing people how they're going to save all this money doing it your way? Because, bro, they told her $515 plus tax. I ain't charging her no tax or nothing. I'm giving her a deal. I'm like, dude, you're making out good if you went to AutoZone about that shit. Buy a set of regular Duralast freaking rotors for a Honda Civic, set of Duralast freaking regular pads, not even golds. You're probably out the door for $112.95. And then you charge the customer $500 for it. Pretty good profit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Em. But it's not. But you know what, Em? It's not near as bad as what it used to be, though. M1 tool seems to hit the channels, and I have not even heard of.
I've neither.
Try M1 tool. I have no idea. But yeah, but I like engine swaps or pulling engines. I get a kick out of that.
Yeah, I don't know why the guys I work with are so anti-pulling engine.
Huh?
I don't know why the guys I work with are so against it, but
Like I said, I enjoy it. That's right, Shannon.
do-it-yourselfers in today's day and age, I don't think are quite the do-it-yourselfers. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I'm telling you this large percentage of what we grew up with having around us, what our parents had around us. We don't have the same level of do-it-yourselfers. We have a guy that watches something one fucking time and says, "Oh, I can go do that and make that kind of money." And they're really not mechanically inclined. They saw something one time. I can see it just when they start doing a job. They're a total clusterfuck. I mean, they got it. If they're selling you a brake job and the first thing they do is lift your Chevy up off the ground, take the wheels off, and all of a sudden you see them look all screwed up and confused, and they say, I'll be right back. I got to run to the store." They're running to Harbor Freight, fucking hoping they got a T50 Torx bit. He's a motherfucking clown that's just a Cody job. He ain't got the fucking tools. I've seen this shit.
Yeah.
The last shop I worked at, they hired a fucking young kid that every damn time he needed to do something, I got to run for me. I got an emergency I got to go attend to. Okay, whatever. Motherfucker, the next thing he'll come back with fucking tools for Harbor Freight or Home Depot or whatever. He'd run out and buy all the fucking tools he claimed he already had. I mean, basic shit, dude. The guy was a total bullshit. He had no experience whatsoever.
Mahler, the brake pad installer.
I'll tell you one thing I do like about the way we run shit at the shop I'm working at right now is our brake jobs are not the cheapest. We are a little bit more expensive than many others around us. I'll tell you, we're not using any cheap shit on the cars.
I don't give a shit. Somebody calls for just a brake job. I'm sorry, I'm not your shop. Go to the next one.
Most of our brake jobs, I can't remember the brand that we're using on German cars, the few that we get. Can't remember what we're using for Japanese cars. But I would say the largest portion of the cars that we're getting in, we're using Akibonos on them. We get almost zero complaint comebacks with noise issues or any of that. We don't have people bitching about excessive dust on their wheels. And like Akibono is the OE manufacturer for General Motors. I can't speak for any other manufacturer. I know they're the OE manufacturer for General Motors. But
well, like I said, Dave, if I get a customer call me for an oil change or brake pads, nope. Unless you're a good customer of mine, then I'll do it. But it's just to do that customer a favor. But on the end of the day, no, not me. What do you say, Walter? Here, some of those DIY hack it doing it wrong. One is cut the HVAC box in a Dodge truck, leaving a hole to fix the blend door, and then put duct tape over the hole. Holy shit, man! And he actually recorded like that? Damn.
What you doing, girlfriend?
I'm about to take a shower.
So what you need from me?
Say hi.
Oh, hello.
And I can see you still haven't changed your shirt.
Yeah, I haven't taken a shower yet. What?
Same shirt. You went to the hospital. with.
Shut up. You don't pick on your dad. That's not nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we get to do that. Only us.
Still deciding on a new toolbox or not.
Oh, they do, and takes less time to pull the dash. Yeah, well, I don't know about a hole in my blower box though. But
Well,
I tell you what, huh?
There is an unofficial hack for a Chevy Camaro. I'm trying to remember what it is. To change the heater core in the fucking thing? Trying to remember what it is to change. But you can read up on it. It is literally cut the box. They say use a plastic welder. Cut the box. Tells you to pull that piece off, and you can get in there and change what you got to change. Print it all back. And then it tells you to buy a plastic adhesive, JB Weld plastic formula. Coat the whole outside of it. Slap it on there. And smooth her out. Hold her in place for a little bit. Leave it alone for so many hours. If you need to do any further sealing, do further sealing. But basically, it's fix it, and it saves you from having to rip the dash out, which includes taking the windshield out. Because there's windshield or dashboard bracket bolts you can't get to without removing the windshield. I've never done it. I've heard it being done, and I heard it works perfectly. And it's not a GM posted repair. It is somebody in the aftermarket figured it out. But you know what? I went and looked one time in a damn box, the newer Chevy Camaros, and what they're talking about cutting, there's literally a fucking seam around the whole fucking box. Like it was designed to.
There's a seam that is ready to be cut.
Yeah, just like blower motors on certain GM vehicles, the ones that you had to cut it all out. The original one was like part of the fucking housing. It had a seam around it you had to cut to get it out. I'm trying to think of what cars those were on. Maybe like Grand Prix or some shit. You've seen that on like certain things where they have like a seam you can follow to cut the top layer of plastic off, haven't you?
No. I like the wheel arch. Well, don't laugh too hard, but I've done that on my personal truck a time or two before, on the Fords, the cab corners. Works pretty good. But that was on my personal ride. Somebody wants to have body work done, I'm not your guy. Use spray foam. But
Is that new cart still treating you well?
yeah, I love that thing, man. It's great. I recommend it, Dave.
I got one coming.
Yeah, you ordered one?
Yeah, he sold all his, but he's got more coming. So he said any particular color. He said the only difference is the bottoms or whatever. I said I don't give a shit what color
Yeah.
it is. He said black would probably be better. I won't see it being as dirty on the bottom as much, but so I told him I didn't care what color.
Yeah, I really enjoy mine. So I like it. That's right. And yeah, I was thinking about doing something different with a box too, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna stick with what I got.
You're thinking of changing boxes, like trading it in?
No end to it.
Well,
You keep running out of fucking room.
what is that? A 6S?
Yeah, it's an older model of a 6S, but it's basically a 6S.
How deep is it?
28 inches.
They still make the 28-inch depth. So
Yeah, they
I think
do.
it's what a 5S was 28 inches.
No, no, not all 5S's. 5S's were 25 or 28. And then your 6S is 28 or 30. I got that box for a good long while now, Mark. It's getting. I'm actually thinking about getting a cabinet or something, so I can clean out a couple drawers. I've got 3 drawers that have basically just junk in it, paperwork and whatnot. That's right. I got one chicken that likes to lay an egg in my floor dry. I've got a tub for the floor dry. I got one chicken that keeps coming into my shop and laying an egg in it.
At least it ain't taking a shit in it.
No, he's not. But
Oh, I fucking hate it. This fucking piece of shit.
well, the only advantage is the bigger. If I do three bays, makes it easier to split it up in half and move them. This thing is so fucking big now; it's unreal. Yeah, or do something like that. I don't know. Supposed to go low. That's not a bad price at all, especially if it has two end lockers on it. It's a bitch to move the box I got now. It takes. I need to rent a special trailer for that. Let me go check. 150. It's 150, and I mean she's tall with that top locker on there. Yeah, I saw that on Joe's Toolbox. I didn't even know that Snap-on made one like that, JWC Tech. See, before I could still suck it on off, but I can't do that anymore. I need one of those forklift trailers where the floor drops. I just need to get some paperwork and shit like that out of that box. That's a good sized box. That's a big ass box, Shannon.
So it was 150 inches.
Yeah.
So it's like what, 12 and a half feet long?
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that, JWC Tech. Yeah, it sticks out a little bit. It's not bad. Got to rent the biggest forklift trailer they got, or drop deck, or however you want to call it. And then it sticks out about a foot or so, I think it was. Well, and I figured if I get rid of the top cabinet, top box right there, and just do another triple bay with an end locker, then it'll be easier to move around. So then I can just split the box in half and do one box at the time, or both at the same time, but you can set them right next to one another. Howard, how are you, my man? Hope life is treating you well. Yeah, that's right, JWC Tech. I wouldn't get rid of that Epic if I were you. I don't like to move it all that much, babe. It's nerve-wracking moving that box. So you're gonna do you got one box, Dave, or you got two?
Two technically, but one I basically work out of. The other one sits off to the side, just storage of old shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I got one drawer that is just for paperwork. I've got one drawer that has, a bunch of small knick-knack shit. And then I got one drawer that is truly junk drawer. It's got, my organizers and shit like that in it. So I was thinking maybe if I clear that out and get all that junk out of there, that gives me 3 more drawers to shuffle shit around in and gives me a little bit more room.
It's got to be a pain in the ass to move 150, 12 and a half foot long box.
It's heavy. But believe it or not, it rolls around pretty fucking sweet, though. I mean, I can't complain.
I have a friend that has a 68-inch Epic in the dealership he works at. He literally rolls his whole 68 Epic around from car to car. I'm like, how the hell do you do that? He said, dude, the shop is huge. It's spread out. So there's plenty of room to go between two cars with my Epic. But he takes, I'm like, why don't you just get a work cart or whatever? Fuck that. I just take the whole damn box. Like, it's not a pain in the ass to roll around the shop. Hell no, not in my shop. He takes his whole damn Epic with him to bay to bay to bay.
Well, that's why I got that that cart that I got, that Snap-on cart. That's where I got that for. You know, it's big enough that it can hold some serious tools and still easy enough to maneuver around. That 40-inch wide by 30 inches deep. What's that? The KRL. Is that like a 1022 or something like that? I can't remember what the goddamn number is.
Me either.
Don't sell your locker, JWC Tech. Even if you don't need it, don't sell the locker. Yeah. That's going to cost money, babe. That's the biggest problem. And right now, this is the cheapest toolbox you can imagine. I've got less than $7,000 in this whole setup, so it's kind of neat. Well, it's not just the sockets, Mark. It's the blow molded cases and the specialty tools that really starting to take up a lot of fucking space. That's the biggest problem. Yeah, I think so too, Shannon. That's a big bastard what he has. Right?
That's men's jewelry. Last time he did a tour through it, half the tools in it weren't even opened yet.
Right.
Men's jewelry, bling bling. It's also pickup line for women. You know, you want to come to my house and see my sockets?
I don't need any more sockets. I got all the sockets I need. So if I want to add anything, I want to add a little bit to my essay. Yeah. Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what?
Nothing. I said the only thing I may want to do is add a little bit to my SCE collection for sockets, but just to have a smidge more variety is what I got now.
What I do, I'm probably okay with SAE. And I should definitely be good with metric. At least for a couple years until they come up with something new. Like Audi Volkswagen came up with new sockets for their caliper bolts.
Yeah, but I don't work on Eurotrash, so I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, once they start to do something stupid, the Americans have been following right behind lately.
I have more sockets than I will ever use. Yeah, dude, I tell you what, before you know it, you need that room for, for extra shit. Like I said, that's one of my biggest problems right now. I stopped buying SAE tools. Yeah, but see, I work on a lot of those, like these older John Deeres. That is all SAE, all of it. There's not one fucking metric bolt on it. I work enough with that's all SAE, every bit of it.
Not the new ones might not be now.
I've yet to see that, but I don't work on new shit because that goes to the dealer.
But didn't John Deere shut down one of their manufacturing joints here and send it to Mexico?
Yeah, they're sending everything. Well, but here's the thing, JWC Tech. It's not like, what I have in my toolbox, I use it. So, and the stuff that I don't use much, I mean, I buy pretty cheap, but I'm back, Mark.
Internet paused out for a minute again.
What's that, Dave?
So the internet just popped out again for a minute. That's all. When you were gone.
Yeah. Mine does the same thing here. I don't know. Fucking junk, man. That's all I have to say. I have a space problem. Yep. Now, right now, I got 3 toolboxes. This one, the Snap-on cart, and then I've got an older Craftsman double bank, and that has all my old overflow junk in it. Howard has 14 boxes, caused a space problem. Jesus, man. Now, I bet they're all full too, ain't it? Yeah, I don't want to have 14 boxes though. That's going to be fuck. That's a lot. Have you bought any new tools here as of late, Dave?
Do you have that long snap-on ratchet on order? New cordless?
What the fuck are you going to do with that?
The long one, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What are you going to do with that?
get into places other shit can't.
Hmm.
And I don't have it.
I think if you got, I think if you work in the heavy duty industry, I can see you have a need for that.
I don't know. We'll see. Anything else? I don't think I bought anything. I think I warranted a bunch of shit.
Well, except for the car industry, I don't really think you need you have a need for that, but. Country mile long. Yeah, there you go, Em. Yeah, and it'd be filled too, Shannon. That means I can give almost all my kids 2 toolboxes. Howard has one. Got one, Dave. Got it a few weeks back. Got lucky with my dealer.
I think come in handy.
JWC Tech says he's got 2 Craftsman workbench toolboxes, 1 Epic, 1 US General, and 16 pack outs. Yeah, that's plenty. Well, if you want to think I got the toolbox on my one truck too. That's full of tools, so I guess I got 4. Nick says I just bought the 14.4 right hand grinder. Junk overheats the batteries in 10 minutes. I really like the 14.4 for the ratchets. So
Yeah, I can't speak for the grinder. I don't have the grinders.
yeah, me either. The grinder I have is a Milwaukee. Oh, I doubt it, Shannon. No, I haven't seen that, Nick. I'll have to look at that. That's right. Shannon, you haven't seen my bed. We're equally, each in their own field, but he likes to spend money on tools and the like. I'll have to check that out, Em. Yeah, but 14.4 is great for their smaller impacts and their ratchets. I think 14.4 for the rest is a little underpowered. You got to go to 18. Yeah. If you got to do a lot of grinding, you're better off to have a corded one. But I've got one Milwaukee one that is battery powered. All the other grinders I've got are corded. And it's nice that you can grab just one real quick and cut something with it and then be done. You don't have to deal with a cord. And you got the heat press, you got the long arm, you got the 6-needle embroidery machine. You got a lot of shit there, woman, crammed in that little room. Where's half of them? Yeah, but I was referring to your grinder, Nick, for your 14.4. 14.4 is a good platform for your, like you said, smaller impacts in your ratchets. But But hey, we're over the hour mark. About ready to call the night.
Everybody have a everybody. Thanks for joining. Everybody have a good weekend. Thanks for having me on, Theo. As always, sign out.
All right. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight and hanging out. Dave, thank you for coming on. And hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody's gonna have a good week, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.